Energy Radio.
Walker was one of the early adopters of landfill gas collection, and we did it because we had odor problems. So we started capturing that gas, and we were just burning it in a flare.
Okay.
And then we realized we could generate credits. And for a decade, Walker was the largest carbon trader in Canada. Take about 1.1 million tons a year into that site.
Okay.
And we are extracting approximately 7,000 SCFM of landfill gas from it. When you're, you've got the flare on site and you're looking at you're just looking at the flame and you're
Right.
like, wow, that seems like such a waste. There must
Right.
be something more we can do with that.
Yeah.
And so we decided that we could install a dedicated pipeline between the landfill and the mill, and we would send them landfill gas. At one point in time, we were displacing 95% of the natural gas that the mill was consuming in their boilers with landfill gas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you doing any treatment before you put it in the pipe?
Only drying it,
Only
so that
drying
we
it,
could
okay.
compress it.
Yeah, okay,
So it
okay.
went with sulfur.
Okay.
So you didn't have to take the sulfur out.
Okay.
And you didn't have to take the siloxanes out
Yeah.
because it was just being consumed
Yeah.
in a boiler. And we have about 15 megawatts of landfill gas.
15 to 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5
Wow, okay.
under contract with the
Really?
province.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we've got a 5 megawatt facility in Mississauga.
Okay.
6 megawatts in Ottawa, and
Okay.
4 megawatts down at the Moose Creek landfill that's
Okay.
owned by GFL now. In 2019, 2018, we started to really tie a bow around the idea that we could get landfill gas down to General Motors and do it economically, such that it made sense for both Walker and for GM. The real win for them, of course, is that it obviously lowers their greenhouse gas
Yeah,
emissions, and in
huge.
fact, it is now the lowest. It has the lowest carbon footprint of any engine and transmission plant globally. We're the stewards of a number of resources, and we're always trying to find something to do with those
Yeah,
resources.
love
And
that.
landfill gas is an obvious one. We put in our own generator
Okay.
running on landfill gas
Okay.
that now offsets the full load of all the compressors that we send gas.
I've been to the site, but I
GM.
didn't put two and two together on that. Okay, that's cool. I
Yeah.
love that.
Having the luxury of what we call the long view at Walker, and by the long view we mean intergenerational, not 20 years. We think kind of 50 years is this
Yeah.
time horizon
Wow.
for some things. It just lets you make different decisions than
Sure.
you might make
Yeah.
if you only had 20 years to make that decision.
Yeah.
As the Thorold, Niagara Falls area has, I would say, de-industrialized over the last 20 years,
Yeah.
those large consumers of gas have had this kind of counter effect on demand. Pick your technology partner well. Make sure that they do come with a deep portfolio of projects that
Okay.
they can point to and say, here's a problem we experienced and here's the solution we developed to get through it that could work for you. You're the conductor, and
Yeah.
you're gonna bring all of these
Yeah.
experts together, and
Yeah.
your job is to make perfect, beautiful music, and it doesn't happen
Yeah.
without practice.
Energy Radio, a podcast from CEM Engineering. Available anywhere podcasts can be heard.